There comes a moment in life when everything looks normal on the outside, but inside, something feels unsettled. Not broken, not chaotic, just misaligned. You wake up, follow routines, respond to messages, handle responsibilities. Life continues as expected, yet there's a quiet feeling you can't shake, as if you're standing slightly to the side of the life you're living. You don't feel lost, but you don't feel fully present either. That feeling doesn't come from failure, it comes from transition. For a long time, you did what was required of you, you adapted, you adjusted, you became who the moment needed. And that version of you worked, it survived pressure, it carried weight, it kept things moving when stopping was not an option. But survival has an expiration date. Eventually, the soul asks deeper questions. Why does this no longer satisfy me? Why do the things I once chased feel hollow now? Why do I feel tired even when nothing is wrong? These questions are not signs of weakness. They are signals of growth. Life teaches us how to function before it teaches us how to live. And many people stay stuck in function mode forever. But not you. Something inside you began to resist autopilot living, not loudly, nah, dramatically, quietly. You started noticing what drains you. You started questioning what you tolerate. You started realizing that being busy is not the same as being fulfilled. This realization often arrives disguised as restlessness, not the kind that makes you run, but the kind that makes you pause. You may have tried to ignore it at first, stayed busy, distracted yourself, told yourself you were just overthinking, but the feeling remained, because it wasn't coming from your mind, it was coming from alignment shifting. There are seasons when life pushes you forward, and seasons when life pulls you inward. This is an inward season, not to isolate you, but to recalibrate you. You may feel like you're standing still while others move ahead, but stillness is not stagnation. Stillness is often preparation without noise. Think of how roots grow. They deepen before anything appears above ground. That's what's happening now. You're developing depth. Depth changes how you see people. Depth changes how you handle conflict. Depth changes what you allow into your space. You may notice you're less reactive now, eager to explain yourself, less interested in being understood by everyone. That's not distance. That's discernment. You are learning when to speak and when to stay quiet, when to engage and when to step back, when to let go and when to hold steady. And yes, this can feel lonely, not because you are alone, but because you are no longer operating at the same frequency. Some connections were built for chaos. Some conversations thrived on noise. Some roles only existed because you were overgiving. As you grow quieter, those things lose their grip. This doesn't mean you are becoming cold. It means you are becoming clear. Clarity often feels empty before it feels peaceful. You don't need to rush this phase. Nothing meaningful is late. Life is not pulling something away from you. It is making space. Space for decisions that feel right, not forced. Space for relationships that feel mutual, draining. Space for purpose that feels grounded, not performative. You are not behind. You are being positioned where the next chapter can actually hold you. And when movement comes again, it won't feel frantic. It will feel natural. Chosen one, what you're sensing right now should not be taken lightly. This is not a temporary mood. This is not confusion. This is not you losing motivation. This is alignment happening quietly. Part 1. You saw how life slowly began pulling you out of autopilot. Now, this is where the deeper understanding begins. You may feel like you've slowed down. Others are moving forward while you're standing still. Your momentum has faded. But listen carefully. Your speed hasn't decreased. Your direction has become precise. God never grows people through chaos. He reduces noise first, then brings clarity. That's why in this season, you're noticing subtle but important changes. You don't react the way you used to. You don't feel the need to explain yourself to everyone. You're less interested in proving anything. You protect your energy without guilt. This is not indifference. This is inner strength forming. Chosen one, understand this. Every person who truly grows reaches a phase where they feel like they no longer fit anywhere, not because they are lost, but because they've outgrown the space they were standing in. You are no longer who you were, but the next version of you hasn't fully appeared yet. That in-between space feels uncomfortable, quiet, and certain. And this is where most people make a mistake. They rush to fill the gap. They stay busy. They distract themselves. They attach to the wrong people. They make rushed decisions just to feel movement. But you didn't. You paused, and pausing is maturing. God is teaching you something powerful here. Not every empty moment needs to be filled. Some moments are meant to settle you. It stimulates you. Your silence is not weakness. Your silence is grounded. You may notice that certain people are naturally drifting away from you. No argument, no conflict, just distance. That does not mean something is wrong with you. It means alignment is doing its work. Some connections were built for survival, not for growth. Some conversations only existed because you were overgiving. Some roles only worked when you were ignoring yourself. As you become more centered, those things lose access to you. That's not loss. That's refinement. You're becoming selective without being cold. You're becoming quiet without being distant. You're becoming aware without being judgmental. That balance takes maturity. You are learning when to speak and when to stay silent, when to engage and when to step back, when to let go without guilt. And yes, this phase can feel lonely, not because you're alone, but because you are no longer operating at the same frequency. Clarity often feels empty before it feels peaceful. But emptiness here is not absence, it's space. Space for decisions that feel right instead of rushed. Space for relationships that feel mutual instead of draining. Space for purpose that feels grounded instead of forced. You are not behind schedule. You are being protected from arriving unprepared. Some doors did not open earlier because they would have required you to abandon yourself. God will never bless you with something that costs you your identity. This season is teaching you to move without pressure, to wait without anxiety, to trust without controlling outcomes. Soon, you'll notice something shift. Choices will feel simpler. Your yes will feel calm. Your no will feel firm. You won't need as much external confirmation. That's discernment settling in. And discernment is protection. You are being anchored now, so that when movement returns, you won't be shaken by opinions, expectations, or fear. When the next step appears, it won't feel chaotic. It will feel natural. Till then, stay where you are. This season is not empty. It is intentional, and it will make sense sooner than you think.